You're listening to The Common Constitutionalist, broadcasting from an undisclosed location, free from the prying eyes of establishment black helicopters.
So, welcome to segment 2 of The Common Constitutionalist podcast. Excuse me while I munch on a oatmeal Toll House cookie. You know what? There's nothing better. There's no better cookie than originally home-baked, fresh out of the oven, Toll House cookie. They're so good. Man, I don't know, maybe the liberals will pass a law against it. It causes cancer or something, I don't know. But they're really good, so give me a second here. Let me finish my cookie. Alright, the climate industry. Now what would you do if, say your church, it was like a mega church, and you were a real believer, okay? And your mega church was worth, say, $1.5 trillion. Huge church, big religion, and it was being threatened by people denying your faith. What would you do? You'd go to the ends of the earth to try and beat them down, to try and get rid of them, to try and squash them. I don't know what you would do, but that's basically the church of the climate industry. The church of the climate industry is worth about $1.5 trillion. That's how much money is flowing through this mega church of the climate industry. It's just absolutely obscene. And these people, it's their life's blood. The big bucks are their life's blood, and anyone who gets in their way will have to be dealt with. Any denier, any climate denier will have to be dealt with. And it's gotten so bad, these climate alarmists, basically it's gotten so bad because people are starting to catch on that there is no man-made global warming. There never has been any man-made global warming. And there isn't going to be any man-made global warming. As a matter of fact, these things where the fraudulent data that's put forth that caused, I think this year was supposed to be the warmest on record. Well, records have only been kept for 100 years or so, so it's the warmest on record. Well, and in fact, even if it was the warmest on record, so freaking what? The climate changes, it naturally changes all the time, and so it's the warmest on record. But in fact, it isn't the warmest on record. They fudged the data again through their bogus computer models. But that's a talk for another day. As I was saying, I'm looking over at these cookies, man, they're calling me. Oh well, whatever. Okay, as I was saying, the climate industry, they can't afford to have them be found out to be frauds, and which is exactly what they are. Sure, there are some, I guarantee you, there's some scientists that actually think they're doing the Lord's work. You know what I mean, tongue in cheek, that is, because to them the Lord is Mother Earth and not the actual Lord God. But at any rate, I keep getting sidetracked. It must be because of the cookies. I don't know. But things have gotten so bad for the climate people, for the climate alarmists, that they've actually written a letter from, I guess these scientists from George Mason University have written a letter to Obama, to Attorney General Loretta Lynch, the hack, and to the Obama science science advisor, John Holdren, to, quote, investigate organizations that have knowingly deceived the American people about the risks of climate change under the RICO Act. You know, this is the one that Al Capone or somebody got nailed on for tax evasion or whatever the heck it was. The RICO Act for criminal scammers. It's unbelievable. These guys are so desperate that they don't know what else to do. They're getting no traction. They're starting to lose scientists. They're losing the public. Everybody but their core, the core loony left is jumping ship from these people. This letter claims that the organization's actions have been extensively documented and their misdeeds, that's a good one, must be stopped as soon as possible so that the world can restabilize the Earth climate. Restabilize? How are you going to do that? Okay, well here's the bottom line on this thing. These liberals, these progressive, these statists, actually I guess they're statists, they're no different from any other statist. They just have a different agenda, the climate change agenda, instead of illegal immigration or some other agenda. Statists are statists, just like liberals are always liberals first. And statists want what they want, no matter what, period. And they claim to want a stable climate. They're going to try to they're going to prosecute these people like us. And these scientists that don't buy into their climate agenda, and they're going to prosecute them under the RICO Act, and they're going to restabilize the climate. How are you going to do that? Actually, now that I think about it, this is actually this is the ultimate or the perfect con. This is the absolute perfect scam. There isn't a better scam than this. And here's the reason why. First, you convince enough stupid people that science can stabilize the climate. If we only just do what they say, if we just do what we say, and we live without what they tell us to live without. Oh, and you give us all your money too. That's another little salient point there. Okay, so that's the first part of the scam. Now, the second part of the perfect con is the fact that they know not everybody's going to buy into the con. There's going to be pushback on this. So not everybody's going to buy in. So you always have the perfect out when the climate changes. You can blame it on the people who didn't buy into the program. So as the climate naturally changes, you look over here and say, these people didn't help out. So that forced the climate to change. We've been trying to restabilize things, but they're not cooperating. They're not giving us all their money, and they're not going without. They're not going without air conditioning and heat and the amenities like flush toilets, things like that. They're not doing what we asked them to do, and they're not giving enough of themselves and their money. So the climate's changing, and it's their fault. It's not our fault that we can't stabilize the climate. It's their fault. It's a perfect freaking con. It's ingenious in an evil way, frankly. And now the fact that they're trying to get Obama, Loretta Lynch, and Holdren to prosecute corporations and other entities for knowingly withholding climate change information and for climate change itself and for not adding to the stabilization of the climate. What a joke this is. Just, if someone came down from Mars and saw this, and they'd be stunned at the stupidity of people who buy into this nonsense. The climate's going to change. That's what it does. It's been doing this since the beginning of the planet. It's going to change now, and it's going to change then, and it's always going to change. It's a built-in, it's just fabulous when you think about it. But it's actually, I guess it's a good sign for us that they're getting so desperate as to wanting to prosecute people like us, scientists and whatever, people like us, because they're getting so desperate that they can't get traction. And that's actually a good thing for us. So go ahead and RICO all you like, but you're losing this game, and I think they know it.